Hey, what's up? It's Ultra Eric and Prodigy J, and welcome to the Sunday live stream. Like I said yesterday, I was going to do a Sunday live stream for the full run because yesterday was a quicker one. I know Prodigy J wasn't with me at that time since yesterday, since he was very tired, but now we're back. So anyway, we're just going to talk about some updates regarding on the vaccine, if there's anything new of the article, or we have more details of the Sears and JCPenney layoffs. And Private TJ will be bringing up the topic about anything that's going bankrupt, like Chuck E. Cheese, Dunkin' Donuts, or any restaurants that are going bankrupt. So keep on of that, Private TJ.
So yeah, just give me wrong site. Give me a moment.
All right.
Where should I start? Oh yes. I think I got it. I think I got it right now, but yeah. So yeah, starting with this. But as you notice, Dunkin' will permanently close 450 convenience store locations by next year in 2021. But that's in next year because of due to the pandemic over COVID-19. All 50 Dunkin' locations set to close are located inside Speedway gas stations. As always, America will be running a little less Dunkin' come 2021. The company, which dropped donuts, which means it's Dunkin' Donuts back in 2018, which is dropped, then it's not there no more. From its brand name in January 2019 from last year, which is announced in a statement obtained by People, People, that it will be closing for 50 locations inside Speedway gas stations around the country by the end of this year. Dunkin' reached agreement with Speedway earlier this year to exit the approximately 450 Speedway-owned and operated limited menu Dunkin' locations along the East Coast by the end of 2020, the company said. And the decision was first announced in the company's fourth quarter earnings call in February prior to the coronavirus economic shutdown. Dunkin' said in the statement that sales from the Speedway locations made up less than 0.05% of U.S.-based Mergens in 2019. Related to Chuck E. Cheese, parent company files for bankruptcy as over 200 locations reopened, which means we'll get on to Chuck E. Cheese in a moment. So the closure announcements followed the termination of the coffee chain's partnership with Hess, replaces the Speedway, which is required by Speedway in 2014. By exiting these sites, we are confident we will be better positioned to serve these trade areas with Dunkin's newest next generation restaurant design that offers a broader menu and modern experience. The statement said, we also committed to growing our presence in gas and convenience locations as well as other non-traditional locations, including airports, universities, travel plazas, and military installations. Dispute in plans for closure, Dunkin said that very few of the approximately 450 Speedway owned and operated limited menu Dunkin' locations have closed to date. However, the coffee and donut chain said it remains on track to close all Speedway's locations by the end of the year. So yeah, so that's all from Dunkin' Donuts closing, but we're gonna move on to Chuck E. Cheese. It'll load in a minute. So Chuck E. Cheese, parent company, files for bankruptcy as over 200 locations reopen. Parent company CEC Entertainment voluntarily filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on Wednesday. Popular kids restaurant chain Chuck E. Cheese has felt the impact of the coronavirus pandemic less than a month after the Wall Street Journal reported that the end game's establishment was nearly $1 billion in debt on Wednesday. Parent company CEC Entertainment voluntarily filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The Chapter 11 process will allow us to strengthen our financial structure as we recover from what has undoubtedly been the most challenging event in our company's history and get back to the business of delivering memories, entertainment. Phillips, CEC Chief Executive
Chief Executive, actually.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Chief Executive Officer said in a press release, the Texas-based chain had to close its stores when the pandemic struck. Although a number of stores has since been allowed to reopen, as according to Mayor de Blasio and Governor said about the reopening tracks. So yeah. So CEC Entertainment, which also operates the chain Peter Piper Pizza, said that as of Wednesday, 266 company-operated Chuck E. Cheese and Peter Piper Pizza locations had reopened. In accordance with all safety guidelines, according to the website for the Texas-based restaurant, 252 Chuck E. Cheese locations and around all the country are currently open, with the majority being in California, Florida, and Texas. The company hopes to maintain operations, including paying employees and continuing to provide benefits in all of the stores that are currently open. CEC Entertainment, and also they expect to continue opening additional locations in the coming weeks. A bankruptcy hearing date has not yet been set. Related by that, although many stores for the closures during the pandemic in an attempt to make money during the pandemic, the chain offered delivery under the alias Pasquale's Pizza and Wings on delivery apps, a reference to one of the Chuck E. Cheese bandmates. Employees who were kept on board helped to operate Pasquale's as a takeout brand. In recent months, a number of restaurant chains has struggled amid the global health crisis, including IHOP, Denny's, Ruby Tuesdays, and TGI Fridays, which is three are my favorite, but not Ruby Tuesday, which have all had permanently shuttered a number of locations. And as of information about the coronavirus pandemic, rapidly people committed as a COVID-19 recent data in our coverage. Some of the information in the story may have changed after publication. For the latest on COVID-19 readers, and encourage to use online resources from CDC. So that's one of the Chuck E. Cheese's and Dunkin' Donuts. So we're gonna move on to camera suggestion preview, Ultrark?
Before we get to that, before we get to the preview of the camera suggestions, as you see on the chat, I put on 2 links for you to read the headlines to find out more about the Dunkin' closing 450 locations and Chuck E. Cheese filing for bankruptcy at 200 locations to reopen. So more on that, more details can be found on the chat located on the link, so you can read those later after the stream. So in terms of that, let's get on with the, oh, hello there, Dylan De Jesus. How you doing?
What's up, Dylan?
All right, let's get on with our COVID health data update to see how things are going very well because I have a feeling 4 states are in a sudden change because unfortunately they've been off the charts, a record label off the charts right now. So let's take a look. I'm going to share my screen in just a minute.
What the charts?
Yep. So here we go. Wow, looks like we're off the chart. Looks like it's loop-de-loop, and I think it's flattening down the curve. Let's see if Arizona's feeling better right now.
Wait.
Hope.
Whoopsie daisy.
Well, it looks like Arizona's getting better right now. I believe it's flattening down the curve, but I don't know about California. Let's see. Holy camambo. Why?
Whoopsie daisy, man.
Florida? Let's see about Florida. Same as like California. Florida's worse too.
I know, just like the previous live stream.
Yep. Same as always. Texas. Let's see if Texas is feeling better too. Oh, wow. Texas gotten a lot worse now.
Gone bad.
All right, let's see if New York is feeling better. Wow. New York is doing very great these days.
It will reveal the vaccine.
For all the United States that got infected, including the 4 states. This time around, the vaccine needs to be revealed possibly at the end of early of 2020 or end of 2020 or early 2021. Because unfortunately, the 4 states are in deep crisis now. Since, of course, I feel bad for the 4 states now. Since I'm sorry, but listen, I feel bad for all the 4 states that because they got infected and because, unfortunately, though, there have been a lot of cases, a record of cases that have been gone higher, and this is just like extreme craziness. So
that's crazy.
Luckily, in New York, for the New York State and New York City, we are very healthy these days. Unfortunately, though, that's the time and the key to figure that. But still, we have face coverage to wear. But still, I'm back with more elevator content, just enough to film.
Yeah. But
so,
you already filmed, but there's more elevator recordings coming up.
I don't know. It depends on if my parents or my family want to go out for something. If my mom wants me to go out to downtown, I'll probably going to use my phone for that, not my camera, since of course it needs a break because unfortunately it needs to more time for the suggested series. So I'm going to use my phone for now. I'll bring my charger just in case, and I got to warn my friends not to call or text me during my recordings.
Yeah,
that'll be possible, right?
Well, yeah.
All right, moving on. And that's moving on to the Sears and JCPenney layoffs now. So let's see what the Sears layoffs headline's saying. So just give me a second. Let's see. What happened to the soft lines? Sears has begun posting ads for hometown stores. Last story, main closing. Only 61 Sears stores remaining. Oh, great. Another Eddie failure. Now lands in.
Eddie failure? Where was it?
Well, Eddie failure, of course. Look, listen, I feel bad to all the employees who's been working at Sears. And of course, we've been losing Sears in New Jersey for a while. And because of that, 2 locations, one in Rockaway and one in Hackensack, both are going to be closing until September. And the last remaining location is the Sears in Newport Center. What a shock is it? What a very shocking headline about Sears in Newport Center. And I left that as a tagged comment. And I mean, I pinned my comment just to give you guys an update. I'll probably do a final ride at Sears Newport Center. Okay, as long as if that's going to close, as well as if I'm going to make the final run of JCPenney at Newport Center, because unfortunately that's going to happen next. Sometimes Sears is like a big boss now, and it's failing too.
Okay.
When businesses are struggling, let me tell you, when businesses are struggling, like Sears, JCPenney, it's such a waste. I mean, like, it's a waste. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, though, this is like it's out of control right now. So we'll explain more about it later. Anyway, let's move on to another headline about Neiman Marcus before we get to the preview. So,
yep. And don't forget, we got Dr. Fauci coronavirus vaccine update reveal.
Let's see what doing. So Neiman Marcus is closing at hot. Yes, that's what I'm going to do after when I reveal the JCPenney layoffs. So just give like a second. So the layoffs for JCPenney. Let's take a look. Anything new? And I'll get on with the Neiman Marcus Hudson Yards quoting. Maybe you could read it along with us, Privacy J, if you have the article. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So here we go. Wait, 1,000?
You mean 1,000?
What do you mean? What do they mean 1,000? Someone posted 1,000.
Was it an accident or is it a mistake? Or is it on purpose?
I don't know. I'm going to have to read that tomorrow. Maybe. I'm not sure. We'll find out later. Anyway, moving on to Dylan's request of Neiman Marcus is closing at Hudson Yards. As you may notice, Chris Cronin posted his earlier since, of course, and I'm going to tell you, it's a waste. I don't understand. It's a waste that Neiman Marcus is closing at the shops in Hudson Yards. And for that, I didn't get a chance to go there.
Why was a waste?
I don't know. It's nothing. It's nothing exactly dope. It's the what is it? The Neiman Marcus to vacate the Hudson Yards is just because they don't even care about. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna post an article about it. Just give me a second. I gotta post something on Facebook.
Was it on the 34th Street Hudson Yards?
Yeah, it's on 34th. It's on the shops at Hudson Yards with the connection to the subway. So,
yeah,
it's probably because of bad leadership. That's what they were probably saying. So just give me a second. Wow, excuse me. Sorry, I'm just, I didn't know what I'm eating today. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Dylan, this one's for you since you requested it. All right, here we go. So, bankrupt Neiman Marcus to vacate the Hudson Yards Mall in New York. It has hardly been a year since lucky invitees danced the night away and sipped champagne through a sprawling new Neiman Marcus department store in Manhattan, with the opening party featuring a special performance by Liza Minnelli, I believe, right? That's how you say it, yeah. Now in bankruptcy proceedings, the department store chain said in a court filing Thursday, it is vacating the glitzy, I don't know if you can say glitzy Hudson Yards shopping mall on Manhattan's west side. And yes, that's the one that I filmed the elevators back in March of 2019. Not sure if I'll be able to do a retake, but it's going to have to take some time. Or it probably me and Project J will probably go there. A Neiman Marcus spokesman said the company is closing its Hudson Yards location for good, along with 2 stores in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, and Palm Beach, and in Bellevue, Washington. We are always assessing our store footprint to ensure it is optimal to enhance revenues, overall profitability, and our integrated retail strategy. The spokesman said these store closures will help ensure the continued long-term success of our business and underscores our unrelenting focus on providing unparalleled luxury experiences and engagement. Just give me a second.
Engagement.
Yeah, I know. I just said that. Sorry, I'm just a little bit thirsty. Anyway, continue. A physical location in Hudson Yards is no longer an ideal space for us given the preponderance of restaurants and future office space in that mall, he added. Hudson Yards built it by 2 of the world's largest real estate developers, Related Cox and Oxford. Related what? Let me.
Related costs.
Hold on. There's actually a full word of that. Related
Coast.
Wait. Just give me a second. Wait, I think it's Related Companies, excuse me. Related Companies and Oxford Properties Group was temporarily forced shutter as part of the lockdowns to curb the spread of coronavirus. It wasn't especially hard blow considering the mall had just barely opened. It's still not fully reopened, but several tenants are offering curbside pickup. Dallas-based Neiman Marcus, saddled with debt and hammered by the COVID-19 crisis, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on May 7th. Related has been shopping the Neiman Marcus space for the office tenants. It is unfortunate that Neiman Marcus was unable to achieve the success that other retailers have found at Hudson Yards, and we look forward to welcoming the designer brands who drove Neiman Marcus sales to their own stores in the retail center. A related spokesman told CNBC in an email statement, "This opens up a great opportunity to create incredibly attractive office space with the largest floor plates available in New York City, a private ground floor entrance, and 18-foot high ceilings at 20 Hudson Yards." So, of course, you'll be able to look that up right now, as I'll send you guys the link in just a second. So in that terms, you'll be able to look it up online if you want to check it out. So this is the, wait, hold on. Yeah, I don't know. There's no room, so you can check out this link right there, as you can see. And unfortunately, though, the link to the website will be found out where or what, so you'll have the ability to watch the headlines there. So anyway, let's move on to another set of the stream for another set, of course. We have camera suggestions, right?
Yeah, camera suggestions preview. We talk the Canon EOS R5 and the R6. We just heard it as a live stream in the past few weeks. So yeah, just give me a second. And we'll get to the Dr. Fauci's coronavirus vaccine reveal after.
Yeah, we will probably find out. There's probably not a new article about the vaccine. I'll double check to make sure if there is a vaccine headline about it later. So we'll get to that later. Right now, we have another camera suggestions preview for today's stream. So let's take a look at the headlines right now. So
give me a second. I can't find it. Oh. It's loading. It'll take time. Slow. Come on. There we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. They don't have that on the camera we'll receive. Oh, no, I'm trying to find that on the camera egg. Canon EOS R5. Oh, there we go. Oh, we don't want that. Thank you. Okay, I found it. Here we go. 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 Here we go now. There we go. So the Canon EOS R5 has announced for price $3,899, such as $3,899, but that's expensive. Available for pre-order. Along with the Canon EOS R6, we'll get to that in a moment. Canon has also officially announced the new R5. It is Canon's flagship full-frame mirrorless camera, featuring an all-new Canon-developed 45-megapixel CMOS sensor with embodied image stabilization, dual-pixel AF2 system with 1053 AF points across the entire frame. Shooting bursts at 20 frames per second with its electronic shutter, and 12 frames per second with the mechanical shutter, both with continuous AF. This new camera costs expensive $38.99. First available for pre-order on Amazon, B&H, Adorama, and all other camera stores as well as electronic stores. So that's all in the video. So we're gonna move on to the specs. Ultra Eric. Alter Eric, you there? Hello? Hello? Where is he? We'll get back in a moment. But Alter Eric, hello? Hello? Are you there? So we're gonna we'll get back to them in a moment. But we'll get back to Alter Eric in a moment. But anyway, below are the details specifications of Canon EOS R5. Price MSRP. It costs a body weight, so a body only for $4,999. Body only that costs $338.99 with 24 105 millimeter 4K lens. Pre-order at Amazon B&H Adorama. And of course, body tape as a SL style mirrorless. Sensor, max resolution, 8,192 times 5,464, and some image radio with all the numbers. Effective pixels, 45 megapixels. Sensor size, full frame, and 36 to 24 millimeters. Sensor tape, CMOS. Processor, DJX. Image, ISO, yes. With a 100, 500, 1200. Expense with 210, 2400. Boosted ISO, minimum 50, maximum 10, 2400. White balance process, 8. Custom white balance, yes. Image stabilization, yes. But sensor shift. Image stabilization notes, works with lens. Base eyes systems for maximum shake reduction. CIPA image stabilization. 8 stops. Uncompressed format. RAW. JPEG. Quality levels fine, normal. Optics and focus. All focus. Face detect. Multi-area. Center. Selective single point. Tracking single continuous touch. Face detection and live view. Manual focus. Yes. Number of focus points. 1053. Lens mount. Canon RF. Focus length multiplier 1 time. Screen viewfinder. Oh, here you are. Here you are. I thought you were gonna read the specs.
I was in the bathroom actually.
Okay. Ultra. Here are the specs.
So these are the specs of the camera, and of course the full frame is of course the same design. It's just like the other cameras of the EOS 80, 90, or 70 or 60Ds. So all of this right here, we'll be able to find the specs right there. And of course, we will look up the pricing for our camera suggestions coming up on Tuesday. So that's the camera suggestions preview.
Well, we'll move on to wait. We're gonna move on to R6. We'll get to the vaccine reveal, right?
Right.
So that's all.
That's all we have for the specs.
So we're gonna move on to the R6. Yes, R6. Give it a moment. Let me Google it again. Give me a moment. I'm gonna go to Google. There we go. Here it is. That's R6. Give me a moment. Okay. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, so R6. Canon EOS R6 has announced. So price $24.99. That's expensive, same as the R5. Available for pre-order now. Canon has just officially announced the new EOS R6, the Canon EOS R6. It is an enthusiast-grade full-frame mirrorless camera, featuring a 20-megapixel CMOS, the same as the EOS 1DX Mark III. We'll get to that on the Season 2. With in-body image stabilization, the dual-pixel AF system, 1053 AF points, 20 frames per second, with its electronic shutter, and 12 frames per second with the mechanical shutter, both with continuous AF. This new camera body costs $24.99, first available for pre-order. So all other camera stores and electronic stores. We'll move on to the specs for the Canon EOS R6 Ultra Eric.
So the specs right here is the 20MP, the 4K 60, full HD 120 recording, and dual pixels CMOS, and so I guess, yeah, so that's right. So anyway, that's the specs we have for today.
So we'll move on to Dr. Fauci's coronavirus update.
Let's see what he says.
Yeah. Okay, so give it a moment. Here we go. Oh, we already we already said this. That's on a live stream, right?
What?
Let's try another one with the coronavirus vaccine. Give it a moment.
I would have said that, but it's not my type, but whatever.
All right, so Dr. Fauci just revealed when you get of your vaccine. So with nearly 60 cases a day, America seeing an alarming rise in the coronavirus case. The country just hit another daily record. It's 6 in 10 days. In response, Dr. Fauci, the country's disease experts, and a member of the White House Coronavirus Task Force spoke with Anna Rothschild on 538 Podcast 19 about when things might finally go back to normal and when you get a coronavirus vaccine. Now, what will ever have the virus under control? I think we can get under control, but keeping it under control is going to be the real problem, because this virus is not like other virus that we've experienced. Like the original SARS, SARS from 2002, there was 18 years ago, that was a coronavirus. A case, an outbreak, epidemic. There were 8,000 cases and 800 deaths. So in magnitude alone, you see how different is from what we're doing now. But it was not really very well and effectually transmissible. Whereas this virus, to our dismay, is spectacularly efficient, is transmitting from person to person. So that makes me skeptical whether we will get permanent, sustained control of this without having a vaccine. So hang on to number 2. Will things ever go back to normal? You know, I think we may be a bit able to do that, but there's still, as long as there's a dynamics of an outbreak, an active outbreak, it's going to be very difficult to get back to a true normal if you supervise upon very good public health measures and superimpose the vaccine on that, even if the vaccine is not 100% protected. Let's say it's 70, 75 protective. If you can do that combined with public health measures, I think we can get pretty close to some form of normality, right? But that's we'll get to the number 3 on the following live stream. So that was Dr. Fauci's the coronavirus vaccine reveal update. Ultra Eric.
So that's the vaccine reveal update. Now we only have one more word to go. So tomorrow, guess whose birthday is it?
Me.
You guessed it. It's A Private J Productions' birthday tomorrow. And for that, I'm going to be doing as a premiere since, of course, I know one trip is the Skyview Center. And, of course, we will have the updates regarding on that. And I'll be able to try to schedule that for the update. So anyway, guys, that's it for the Sunday live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it for today. So hopefully, guys, like I said, if the virus is over, we'll be back with more new content along the way. Although I have free since, and of course, we'll have more on that. So believe we'll have another live stream coming up in a few weeks. So take us home.
So we're going to subscribe for more content to Privacy J Productions and the Privacy J Productions 2 Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. We'll let you know all about it. Facebook, my name is Jaden Garcia. Instagram is JTech727 and Snapchat is Scoops 0727. And thanks for watching. Peace out. Stay tuned for the following live stream. And happy birthday to me tomorrow.
All right. And I got to go. My mom's calling me. So that's it.